Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 24 of Paleo Pines, and it's been a little while since I recorded. The temperature here in Ireland has been sickeningly hot, really, the last couple of days, so I've avoided recording where I can. My office is very, very hot, and it's not good for my PC. And also, I had a lot going on with work, I suppose, but we also had a road trip recently with our scouts, so Orla and I took our scout group to the south of Ireland, so around Munster and part of Connacht. So for those reasons too, I couldn't record. Owynn here with perfect timing. I had a plan for this episode, which is basically maintenance, farming, breaking up logs, breaking up stones, and if anything caught our eye, we would look into it. And this man has appeared, so let's see what he has to say. Oh, excellent. This is actually very useful to me. Let's get lettuce, because I don't think we have those yet, right? Okay, that's actually nice, Owynn. Thank you. Let's see. We probably haven't studied lettuce, to be fair, but just in case. No, we haven't. Okay, but I'm assuming we can plant them now, so let's plant them now. See what can be done. We have 10, so I think this whole row here should work for us. At least one of these rows. So yeah, that was the plan, I suppose, for the episode. Just kind of maintenance, finding our feet again, because maybe for you guys it's only been, 2 weeks or whatever, but for me it feels like a long time since I recorded Paleo Pines, and I need to kind of figure out where I am again, in terms of like next steps and like missions and stuff like that. And it is the start of the year, so there's a little bit of turnaround there as well. So I logged into Paleo Pines, as I said, for the first time in a little while, and I was greeted by all the dinosaurs, of course, but mainly Gunter here to my right and Hades up there in the pen stood out to me in particular, because when we were on Inishmore, which features a little bit in the Minecraft series, it's an island off the coast of Clare and Galway. People live on this island, there's ferries out there. That was part of our road trip. And when we got to Inishmore, we found up by the shop that there was this black cat on the table, and we all said it, like some of our scouts are Orla's family, so they know, obviously they know who Hades is. Like, this cat looked exactly like Hades. It was eerie. Just to see such a familiar face and kind of such an unexpected place, And obviously Hades has passed away, so it's not just like, oh look, like there's a cat that looks like Hades, it was almost like a reincarnation of sorts. And if that wasn't weird enough, let me fill my watering can here quickly. Hopefully the game volume's okay. Hope it sounds a little bit loud in my ears, but we'll see how we go. If that wasn't weird enough, seeing Hades' cousin, we also went to a goat farm. So there's a goat cheese farm on Inishmore. I think it's worth a visit. I think it's relatively cheap as well. So if you're on Inishmore, give it a try. We went to this goat farm anyway. There was tons of goats, maybe 30, 40 goats, all different sizes, all different ages, and none of them looked like Gunter. They were the wrong color, or their face was the wrong shape. Gunter didn't have horns either, so like the horns on some of these goats really kind of threw me off. And then, just like as if by surprise, one goat in particular caught my eye, and it was the absolute image of Gunter. He was a different color, so Gunter was grey with like a black streak down his back. This goat was brown, really, really kind of dark brown color, but his face and the expressions it was uncanny. So or the cat that we met, we called him Poseidon because he was like Hades', Hades' brother. And the goat, we called him Steiner. So Gunter Steiner from, Formula One. He used to be the Haas team principal. But it was just uncanny. And if you're familiar with Irish folklore, and kind of Celtic legends and stuff like that, Owynn and Tír na nÓg. Tír na nÓg is the land of the forever young. Essentially the land of the fairies. And that's what we said Inishmore was. I'm kind of just running around here talking now, as I tend to do. But yeah, we said Inishmore. Oh, someone's not happy at all. What's wrong? See down here in the bottom right? Oh, I'm making a hames of this. God's sake. I really do hate that about this game, like the way the buttons work. Yeah, in the bottom left-hand corner there, we've got poor Benji here. He's got an exclamation mark beside him, so I can't remember what that means. Benji's pen, Benji. I remember looking at that before, right? Is it just that he's following me? Is that what it is? See you later. Yep. Maybe it is, yeah. I can't remember. That definitely did appear for us before, and it has a meaning. I just can't put my finger on it right now. Yeah, Orla, the scouts, and we agreed that Inishmore is Tír na nÓg. It's the land of the Fae. And that's why Gunter and Hades live there, is that they've passed on from this realm into the fairy realm, if you like. It's almost like the Undying Lands in Lord of the Rings. If you're not familiar with Owynn and the story of Tír na nÓg and stuff like that, it's very much like the Undying Lands in Lord of the Rings. So yeah, it was just a lovely little thing, a lovely little surprise. I got quite emotional seeing Gunter's lookalike. Hades was kind of old, he was an old enough cat, and he did die a little bit too young, but he was old, whereas Gunter, it was a little bit different, But look, let's change the topic before it gets too solemn, I suppose, and let's see what Marlo and Agami have to say here. We'll let her get to her stall to see what she has to say. Okay, fiber and stone. Right. Let's see, is there anything new? So there is... Oh no, I thought this was lettuce. Okay. Gooseberries, very good. Strawberries. Do you know what? How much money do we have? We actually will buy one with the assumption that they replenish themselves. And we will also buy a gooseberry seed as well, just to see what the story is with that. I believe we have these 3 crops planted in our farm back home. So, a little bit of a dent, I suppose, in our money, but that's what these potatoes are for. It's to try bulk up our stock again. While we're here, let's just see if we can make it in one journey rather than coming back and over and back and over. I'm assuming there's a quest here. Yep. Oh, that's nothing. 10 stone and 10 fiber. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be absolutely no issue. My favorite person. How are you, man? I'm afraid of selling these in case we need them. Is this a pear? Cool. Let's just sell for now. then max that up. Anything nice? What's this? Foxgloves for the forest. They're actually really pretty. Some straws there. See, I know we need strawberries for someone. Same with the tomatoes, but I think we're growing tomatoes at the moment, so we're sure we should be fine. This is going to be a problem soon. In the previous episode, we were talking about getting our first carnivore, so we do need to get on that. And I suppose that's where the maintenance side of this episode comes from, right? Is I want to just spend maybe 3 days, depending on how the crops grow, I guess, just working off camera to clear out new areas and making money. You know? Just interestingly as well, on the top right hand corner, it popped up there saying Lucky's happy. I believe if we just check this quickly, it's obviously going to say Lucky's happy now. See, or well, there you go, actually, unhappy. So it says here Lucky is a happy helper, but you can see it's basically empty here. And I can't fix it. She has everything she needs. She does have enough space, if you remember, we did this before, 35 meters squared. But I think it's part of the quest, or part of the storyline, that Lucky is looking for other parasaurs. And she's lonely. So what some people online recommend is that you put her in a pen with a Gallimimus or another kind of small dinosaur, so that some of her social needs are met. So she doesn't, you know, drop off too much. But I do believe it is part of the story, so we don't need to stress too much about that. See here, is there anything? I don't think there is. Turnips. Oh yes, I forgot about that. Okay. While we're here, we'll grab this free food. We can't talk about making money if we're just passing up free food on the ground. It's a shame we can't just find like random like carnivore food on the ground. At least I'm assuming that's not a thing. So jump in here. We'll give these guys the food since there's 3 of them. I think we're doing okay anyway. Like in the last episode, we replenished all of our herbivore food. And then if I come over here, let's be strategic about this now. We want to put this somewhere that it won't disrupt our pattern, if you like. So why not here? Straub. This is one of these funky ones where I think you need to dig a hole. Let's see here. I don't think I did this right before, but let's just see. Oh, okay, journal. Maybe the journal will tell us. Gooseberry discovered. We might learn how to plant this bloody thing. Strawberry, and I did do the lettuce, I'm pretty sure. So let's collect this last. So I've obviously done something wrong. Again. And we'll go into our journal. So crops should be in Tracia. Harvest. Yeah, so here we go. It does replenish. Look, you can harvest it 6 times. It takes 8 days to mature. That's fine. Lettuce. There we go. That's what I wanted to look at. So, of course, you harvest the lettuce 1 time. Plant with a hoe. Yep, sure. Crunchy. Okay, nothing too groundbreaking there. No pun intended. Haha. Gooseberry, lads. Gooseberries. I'm not seeing them. That's because they're there, James. Open your eyes. Okay, so let's see. Plant with a shovel. Yep. Okay, so I was right. Fertilize once per year. Ah, okay. If you wait a day or 2, you can collect more berries in one go. So see how this says, sorry, bad example. Care, plant with a hoe, water daily. That's the care we have to give this plant. But here it just says to fertilize once per year. And it doesn't seem to say what kind of crop it likes, right? or rather what kind of ground it's, you know, so here it says sticky, or perfect soil there. To be fair, we're planting with a shovel, so we can't actually do that, you know. So I wonder how that works then. I wonder how that works. I'm going to plant it here just because I want to run a path down this kind of corridor. So I'll stick this in here. So plant with a shovel, bang, gooseberry, bang. We don't need to water, but we do need to fertilize. So let's just do a little experiment while we're here, I guess. We'll learn on the spot. Why not? We'll give it a go. Sticky fertilizer. Maybe it's only once the bush has grown. Maybe not. We'll see how that goes. It doesn't say what fertilizer to use, at least as far as I can see. So we'll stick with that for now. 10 fiber, 10 stone. Dinosaurs are having a field day here behind me. Is there anything else we can get rid of, or anything else we can sell? Probably some clover, but it's not really worth it, right? 50 carnivore food. Yes. Okay, we'll leave that for now. Just to save on time, guys, I'm gonna jump to the town with the Gammy, and I'll, you know, we'll join back in when we're speaking to her, so you don't miss anything there. Okay, let's see what Gammy has to say. Okay, I'm assuming then we have to bring them to our house at home. Yeah, so we need to wait for this old lady to get home before we can dump that off. What time are we, actually? Afternoon, so we do have a bit of time, to be fair, and not a lot of stamina. So our farm is done. I think what I'll do off camera is I'll just take one of the dinosaurs and start clearing out a little bit of area. Do that until the dinosaur is exhausted, put them to bed, and then we'll take Lucky over to Dapplewood Forest to meet a Gammy at night. So, who is the best candidate? Do we want more log space or more stone space? Do you know what? Since we've seen Hades on Inishmore, we're going to take Hades. And he doesn't have a saddle, of course not. Oh, lads, it's all falling apart. We're lifting bushes when we're not meaning to. Oh, thank you, Benji. Right, I'll cut it here, guys, since I need to fix my bush and get Hades over there, which will take ages. So, I'll speak to you in a few. Okay, so I was just returning Hades to bed. Let's make sure he actually stays here. I think he was already put to sleep, but it's fine. As I was putting Hades to bed, I noticed that Marlo was here, so let's chat to Marlo and see what he has to say. Oh. Don't you know it, Marlo? Working hard day and night. That's very nice. So, the broom. Oh, what? Ah, okay, that's not what I wanted to do. But that is going to be very handy. Let's put our pawn back. Before I forget. Take a step back here. We want to, like, no, that's the way we had it. Yep, perfect. Okay, smashing. So that's obviously for decorations only. It doesn't seem to work with debris. Let's just make sure. Yeah, it doesn't seem to work with debris. But as we get more and more decorations going, I suppose if you have this full setup here, tons of dinosaurs, tons of, you know, placeable items, and you just need to start again, the broom will be very handy. I can see it coming into use, you know, very soon. So before it's too late, storage. Yep, let's put the broom away. We'll hold on to the saddle for now because why not, you know? Make sure we have our fiber and our stone, which we do, and let's head over to Dapplewood. So just another little cut again, guys. Really for your benefit. So you're not getting too bored watching me just, you know, run across the map. I'll speak to you in a few.
Oh.
Okay, so that's done. Trying to clear some of the old junk out of the house. How'd you like this beauty? Cool. Large lantern. Let's have a look at this. We probably can't place it here, right? But okay, I was hoping we could see it, but obviously not. While I was running through Dapplewood, actually, I was wondering, is this our first spring or triasia here? And I think it is. I think it took us a little while to unlock the Dapplewood Forest in our first year. So there might be new stuff here, new crops and such that we haven't found before. Possibly even new dinosaurs, you know? So like these guys, I don't know if we met. I'm pretty sure we have. But these mushrooms here, for example, can I pick these up? I cannot. Okay. But yeah, look, that's for me to figure out, I guess. And if anything cool comes up, I'll be sure to record it. But yeah, we'll keep our eyes peeled for any new kind of herbs or, you know, collectibles or anything like that. So it's nighttime now, obviously. I'll jump back to the farm. We'll do a little bit more maintenance, see if there's any other kind of quests that we can do quickly in this episode. And yeah, we'll take it from there, I suppose. I'll speak to you in a few. Okay, we're home. Just before we put Lucky to bed and sleep ourselves, we have a notice here, so let's see what it says. Happy budding day. Figured you can't go wrong with some potatoes, right? Mash them, boil them, stick them in a stew. Hey, Samwise Gamgee. I'm not sure if I'm playing Paleo Pines or Tales of the Shire. 3 potatoes. Grant. Who was that from? It didn't say. I'm pretty sure it was from, well, actually, now that I think about it, I'm not sure. I thought it said Marlowe, but he's already given us a gift, so maybe it was Corlin. Not sure. I'll find out when I'm editing, I guess. Let's see what this lantern looks like. It's pretty nice. I wonder, we do have a table. Can I put it on the table? I cannot. Unless I'm just doing something wrong. It would have been very nice to have this on the table. Kind of illuminating the area here with the dinos. But, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Maybe... Can I rotate it? Can't. I don't like how it kind of sticks out. You know? I wish it was more kind of farther in here. But look, we'll put it there for now. Why not? It's very much like Animal Crossing when you have like 2 items and a bed. You know, we don't have a lot of decorations, but we'll get there. So let's mind our manners. We'll send Lucky to bed so she's not out all night. And we'll head to sleep ourselves. Okie doke, it's raining. That's perfect. It means we can save time on crops. 7 dinos need attention. So here we go, just as I was describing earlier. Lucky, unhappy helper. I think it's just part of the story. But because we're clearing out area, we've cleared out some of the rocks back here. I might make her a bigger pen and tame a new dino so she's not so lonely. At least, you know, to alleviate the effects of the story. But before we finish up, that can all be off camera. The rocks and the logs and all that kind of stuff. Is there anything that we can do here? Spring onions to Pippin. That's very easy to do if we have them. The missing pages, that's a pain in my side. I might do that one soon, maybe in the next episode. This one I'm afraid of, to be quite honest with you. It's our first carnivore, and it comes with more money problems. This, I think we're blocked off from getting to his area. So unless he comes back to town, there's not a whole lot we can do there. Strawberries, we're doing that in the background. Flour, we can buy. Stone and wood, easy peasy. So let's have a look, see, do we have spring onions? I like to achieve, you know, kind of 1 or 2 quests per episode, just cause, really. But I don't think we have enough spring onions. We've 5 seeds, so I'll plant those just to have them on the go. Is this a raspberry seed or a bush? And yeah, we'll leave the pumpkin for next season, for the appropriate season, you know. I'm not seeing any spring onions here, so we just have to leave it. Yeah. Look, a kind of, I guess, refresher episode a little bit. Bringing us back into the swing of things on our farm in Paleo Pines. But yeah, I think in our last episode, in episode 23, I believe it was very much, you know, we're riding the crest of the wave. We're about to start surfing. We've our farm set up. We've basically all the dinos we need to do everything we need to do. So it really is just a case of playing the game now, you know. And whether that's off camera or on camera, look, that's TBD. So look, yeah, I think I'll leave it there, guys, to be honest. It's absolutely roasting in this office. Even though it's 20 to 10 at night, the air simply does not escape this room. And my PC, obviously, is essentially a radiator as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Welcome back to a certain degree. It has been a little while, but I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you enjoy Paleo Pines. I do struggle a little bit with it. Once I'm in the game, I enjoy it immensely. It's just kind of like, oh, you know, I'm recording Paleo Pines tonight. Let's get it over with. But once I get into the game, I actually really do enjoy it, and I hope you guys do too. So yeah, tune in to the next episode, I guess. See how much we've progressed in terms of this area back here and that area over there. And yeah, if Paleo Pines isn't your thing, please check out my other episodes, my other series. Maybe there's something there that you prefer to farming with dinosaurs. But until then, guys, thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one.